What a spectacular opportunity here in the Kenai Fjords, seeing so many humpback whales up close, 11 of them. And you see literally hundreds of birds converging on the whales as they're feeding. And it reminds me of the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah on Daf Lamed Aleph Amud Aleph. The Gemara says, B'chamishi on Thursday, Shabara oifos v'dogim l'shabeach l'shmai. Hashem created birds and fish to praise His name. So we see there's a commonality between the birds and the fish. So why are these birds converging over here? Well, you see the whales are feeding, and the whales have an astounding way with which they feed. From their blowholes, these humpback whales, they blow bubbles. Now, what do these bubbles do? The bubbles stun the prey. So when you see the fluke being raised up, that means the whales are going to dive deep down. They may go 20 meters below the water, and they're going to swim up. And as they swim up, they're going to blow these bubbles from their blowholes, and the bubbles will stun the small fish in the area, and then the whales will swim up with their mouths gaping wide. But even more astounding, sometimes the whales will swim upward in a spiral, and while they're swimming upward in a spiral, they're going to be blowing bubbles, and these bubbles create a circular net, and it traps the fish. So the fish form these clusters, and then they rise up with their mouth gaping wide. So as the whales are swimming up, the birds say, why should we go and look for isolated prey? We could save our energy. We'll piggyback off of these whales, and we'll share the lunch. So they sort of share. The birds don't take anything away from the whales because they're basically eating their Shiurim. So this is an example of what the Gemara says, a commonality between the birds and the fish. But also, we can't help but think there's another commonality, because although we hear the birds quite clearly, they're chirping, they're singing, but the sonar here on the boat is also picking up the song of the whale. So we'll stop for a moment to focus on listening to the song of the whale. So both of these creatures, they were created on the fifth day. They were created, the Gemara says, l'shabeach l'shmai. So we hear the birds being mishabeach HaKadosh Baruch Hu, together with the whales being mishabeach HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and all of the Bria sings out together to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Marabu Masacha Hashem.